I'm 90% sure I'm going to quit. If there's anything that you're going to bet on in life, it should be yourself. We were lucky to make it to the start line. If we didn't have those witnesses who came forward who we didn't know, thank you to those two people who kicked us off at the start line, it wouldn't even be happening. When I arrived there, I felt very calm and at ease. So that's number one at exactly 50.2. Can you see that? So here we are, 12 weeks later. This is going to be official start line, so we're going to use this yellow line from the step as the official start. And I'm going to stay in this inside lane. Job's done, just time to turn up and do it. I know Ben 24 hours from now has just finished and has absolutely spanked the world record, so nothing to it but to do it. Kicked off at 12 noon Friday, 21st of July. And the way that we're broken it down was that the first block, we're going to do a 4-hour block, which would take us up to 4 p.m. and then we'd take a short break. The breaks were kind of going to be based on 10% of the total time that we'd put in. So the first 4 hours, I wanted to be at around 11k in. That was just based off the practice and the training that I'd done before that. But we ended up being, I think, 12k in. So we're slightly ahead of pace that we're planned for, which is good. Could be like nearly a k over where I was going to be for this first block. Put me in good stead for the rest of it.
How are your hands?
Hands felt good. I think I said at the start of maybe the challenge, didn't want to be a bitch and wear gloves. And that was how I started the challenge. I think it also felt more natural just because I'd done training without gloves. My hands had pretty much become like lizard skin, like really toughened and roughened and ready.
How was your first 4 hours of carrying?
I'm using ibuprofen now because the right forearm, which I injured in training, keeps like twinging all the time. Just gonna try and like preempt it as much as possible, but that was the longest stint. So I'm not gonna be fatiguing as much as I will again like that now. So that first one was fine. I think we were a little bit quicker. I was supposed to finish on about 11k after the first 4 hours. I think we're around 12.
Great.
So almost 25% through. But I think that's because on the track as well, I'm used to training on the pavement, jumping off curbs, stopping for cars. So like all those little stoppages add up, whereas opposed to on the track and just flowing. During training, I'd had a bicep injury on my right that I was dreading coming to light during the event. And just over 6 hours in, my bicep literally felt like at the attachment, it was about to ping up and pop. It felt like the bicep was going to come up into the shoulder joint and foot and come off the elbow joint. That's how bad the pain was. The pain was literally like a 9 out of 10. And it was within that, I thought, I'm 90% sure I'm going to quit. There's no way of this early on, the pain is this bad, I continue for 24 hours. And that's where the realization kicked in is, Ben, you're actually not going to be able to do this. It's fucking annoying. Everything else feels fine.
Yeah.
Like that forearm's fine, legs fine.
Just on.
Neck's fine, yeah. Just I can see it's swollen as fuck as well.
Took your whoop off.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a massage in a minute.
Yeah, she's set up there with a full table and everything.
But as more and more people and more friends and more family came down to the track, that's what probably put a lot of pressure on me and accountability to not give in. As we got further through, as we got into hour 7, into hour 8, into hour 9, the pain almost started to feel manageable. And if it wasn't probably for my sister Kate, who organised him a suit to come down from the gym, who gave me a good massage and a good rub down, I don't think I would have been able to carry on because it was that relief of pain from getting the massage, which really helped. The massage essentially gave me an hour 15 without pain and then 45 minutes with pain, which is an exchange I could deal with. I could accept that. But it was funny because I think there's a part where I was living the life of Hugh Hefner because I had a girl on the right massaging my bicep and Lucy on the left feeding me spag ball. So the strap like basically just making a little bit of noise, so I think that's what just like pull the ball on that way a little bit. It's basically what happens before. So my hands actually got to a point probably 8 hours in where the skin was pinching on the calluses and we needed to try and find some gloves. So we went through gardening gloves, we went through engineering gloves, we went through loads of different gloves, and because so many of them were so fat, it made it really difficult to grab a hold of the actual handles themselves. It made the diameter bigger, which made the grip more difficult. So I think it was only when Craig, my sister's boyfriend, found some mechanical gloves that gave me some grip, but without too much mass on them. They were quite thin. That's what hit the sweet spot really, and was able to carry on with that. And that was one of the things we were able to do with the world record, was you wear allowed gloves and you were allowed to use chalk on the hands.
How's Ben doing?
Doing good.
Yeah.
He's doing very good, but we've gone to the stage where we've now got the headphones on and we've got a podcast on. I'm assuming it's maybe like Chris Williams and do you want to get some vibes? It's getting a bit harder. You know, he's a little bit sore. He's got a bit of a soreness here. Just had a massage on it. And he's also put gloves on now, which I think is just helping in terms of his grip because he's allowed to do that. I don't think you can put anything on the handles. The third witness is here, so he's got a 3-hour stint now from 8:10 to 11:10. Smashing it.
As well as the forearm feeling really, really tight and really sore. There was a point where my right hand, and the left hand fine, right hand was huge. You use that for like 5 hours, it just
A little bit swollen.
goes massive, yeah. Doesn't really affect anything, it just goes as soon as it swells, I don't know why.
Do you think the watches are helping? Maybe like cutting it a little bit?
I don't think so.
But go on. You were in the second lap now, right?
Feeling alright. That main wasn't super sore, but it was just really uncomfortable when you're trying to grip a 50-pound canister as well as have a hand which is just really over swollen. At that point as well, we put a tennis strap on. So this is one of the things I'd worked with a couple of physios, basically helped tennis elbow. And the purpose of that was you attach it to the forearm and move it around to stop the forearm muscle moving too far over the bone. And I thought helped a little bit, I think, with, as well as the massage, to mitigate the pain that was going through the bicep and the forearm through the continuous carrying. Probably about 10 p.m. now. We're going into where things are starting to get dark. There's less friends around, the temperatures drop. I'd started to hit a little bit of a low point because the forearm was still hurting at this point. And I just I didn't ever expect to enjoy any of it. But this is really when expectations started to meet reality. And I was in a bit of a shit place.
Exactly halfway in. How are we doing, Ben?
30.8. Getting towards the 31 mark. So what feels better as well is, like, I know it seems weird, when I lean into it a little bit and more of it goes on my trap and off my forearm, which makes me move quicker as well.
Carry on the traps.
So I've got to try and leave more on my traps, because then when it's more my trap, it's less. Because when I'm back there, the biceps like well more engaged, yeah. I just remember Lucy come running over with a phone, super excited, like something was going on. I didn't really know what to expect, and she came running over the phone. And she went, "Ben, look at this." It was a video that a gentleman that I really, really respect and watch a lot of online, Alex Hormozy, has recorded and actually posted on his page.
Be one of zero. This isn't about you, Ben. It isn't about the pain you're feeling. It's not even about the pain you felt getting here.
It's on his page.
It's about the pain of the hundreds of thousands of families who are going to lose their fathers, their brothers, their husbands, and their sons. It's about their pain, not yours. You're just the vessel. When you can't do anymore is when their pain tags in. And when you can't do anymore is when you can start counting. And when you can't do anymore is when the work starts. Now is when you get to use all that anger, all the shame, all the pain, all the resentment, all the betrayals, everything. You can let it loose. You don't need to hold it in. You only need to do one thing right now. Keep fucking moving. You can die when you're done.
That clip got me through a good period of time again. I think once I'd watched that clip, I think I could have picked the handles up and walked through walls. It gave me gas in the veins, it gave me juice in the legs, I was ready to kick on again. It's amazing what small things can do. And I think even people who are influencers or people who have authority, or even if you're just someone who speaks to someone else, it's amazing that the power of some words can have to help motivate people and move people forward who are in a low point. That's what I learned from that. But that got through to about 12:30, so we're 12 and a half hours in now. We just got through the halfway point, and that's where I came off and got yet another massage. I think we're close to 32k through, so about 18k has to go. But this is going to be like the harder 18k, so it's not like pace is going to be exactly the same. So I'm getting about 1 hour 15 out of my forearm at the moment before it starts to kick in again. So we changed the program to 2 hours on, 20 minutes off. So still 10% of the rest. So it'll be similar pace. And then next block should take us around another 6k through. So that would take us close to 37, 38k through. I think once I get into the 40s, that's when I'll feel confident. At this point, we're now in the depths of the night. The floodlights are on. It's a place where I think there was one point I turned to Nick and said, I hope it rains. And I think that was because I just wanted to experience the full elements of it being difficult. I wanted it to be hard. I wanted the forearm to hurt. I wanted it to rain. I wanted it to be cold. I didn't want it to be easy. I think that's just because I really, really wanted to see what it felt like for something to be fucking hard. And at that point, we got another pick-me-up, another message of a guy that I really, really respect, a guy that signed the handles, a guy that did one of the training sessions with us, and a guy who is and has been one of the strongest men in the world.
Keep on smashing it. You're an inspiration to myself and so many people. You know, when I'm around you, you inspire me to be a better version of myself. So just go out there, keep on smashing it, keep on grinding. The pain is temporary. This reward, this magnificent world record you're going to break is forever. So go out there, smash it, and most importantly, stay spicy.
During this period of my time, I had a good bunch of people who were walking with me. So again, big shout out to all those people who walked through the night, held the umbrella over me, cracked on. This is the point where I had some of the best and some of the worst times of my life. I think it's probably like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. We've got a Goggins clips on where he's talking about his ass being like a hamburger, and we were all just chuckling away listening to some Goggins. And to be honest, that was probably some of the most enjoyable times of the challenge that I had. I still had some gas in the tank. I didn't feel too tired. I had some good people walking with me, listening to some good material, and having some laughs. And that's what passed a lot of time. That's what passed a lot of the distance. I think probably at this point, 3 or 4 o'clock, we were maybe getting close to getting over 30k in, or we were well over 30k in. This is probably the point where I started to believe. I started to believe this world record is possible. The sort of world record attempt would never have been possible without the people that were around me, the people that were walking with me, the people that sent me messages, and witnesses who came along to help. And it was through, I think, 4 to 6 a.m. in the morning where sun started to come up. I knew we were through the depths of the night, but we still had a lot of work to do. Yet another message came through from a close friend of mine, someone I've been close to for a long time, someone whose podcast I listen to a lot, but someone whose words mean an awful lot to me. And at the time, gave me another real good kick exactly when I needed it.
Dude, I'm so proud of you. Keep on going. You've got this. Dig deep. All of those things. And soon we will be having Nando's together. You will be warm. You will be comfortable. You will be calm. But for now, it is time to end some worlds. Keep on moving, man. Love you to bits.
So we just had another break around 6 a.m. We're still taking around 10% rest time based on what we've done. So we've done a 2-hour stint, which we continue to do. At this point, I think we're moving every 2 hours. And then after 6 a.m., we were doing an hour on, then maybe 15 minutes off in terms of moving time and spending the time off the track. But then the guy who helped me manufacture this whole program, the training program for the 12 weeks, the guy I had spent a lot of time speaking to and respect massively for the records that he's set, for the things that he's done, for the accomplishments that he's managed, for the money that he's raised for mental health, Fergus Crowley. He joined me and he actually turned up with 2 dumbbells and walked in the rain for hours with me. He spent and put himself through physical pain for no other reason than just to help me. There's nothing in it for him. There's no win. There's no instant gratification. There's no record. There was just the fact that he was a friend who wanted to walk next to me and put himself in pain to help me force through the early hours of the morning.
Good, mate. Feel good at the moment. We are on lap 109, 11 to go, mate. Carrying it home.
Carrying the shopping home.
That's it, mate. I think that last break that I had was a good one. Got a good bit of food in. Had a good coffee. Forearms feeling bang on again. So, just about getting the job finished now. Fergus Crowley, the man who's helped me put this program together and helped me get it done. That was 12 weeks ago, wasn't it? We put it together.
Yeah, but 14 before you
Yeah.
was about to go to Disney, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was
To be fair though, mate, like everything's been bang on.
been a bit shit.
Yeah, been a bit. Yeah. It's absolutely terrible.
We're deep into the record. And I think at this point, it became very clear to me and everyone else, we're going to do this. And we're not only going to do this, we're going to do it early. We're going to achieve this quicker than what we thought we were going to. And we're going to try and beat it by some distance. As at this point, again, we've got another message through from someone I really respect, an American who's also smashed multiple world records for ultramarathon running.
It cannot get any lower than this. But the interesting thing about the process is not only can it get better, you can experience your best time after your lowest point. Push through any barriers you have there. You got this.
Good guy.
Oh, yeah.
Good guy.
So I also wanted to give a special shout out to Nick Wickham, along with many other people who can mention this video, just due to the fact that he put in a big shift in Selby. I think he walked with me all together for 16 hours, held the brolly over my head through winds and wet of the night. He must have some front delta on at the moment. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to him. I want to say thank you to all the other people who spent the full 24 hours there. So Carl, Lucy, Andrea, Lucy's mum and dad who had a camper van there. There's lots of other people to give shout outs to, but I think they were some of the people who spent the full 24 hours there and just to simply help me. So it must have been around 9, say, and we're about 48k in maybe. And at this point, there is a fucking army of people. I turned around and just looked, and it made me quite emotional at the time, because there was just a sea of people walking with me. And this is what I meant earlier on when I was saying, if I was walking that track on my own for the full 24 hours, I wouldn't have done it. It was simply through the energy, the positivity, the words from other people that got me through it. And it was at this point that we're getting closer and closer to breaking the world record, that there was just an army of people walking with me who had my back and who was going to make sure for shit that we got it done for. We're about to break the world record for the longest farmer's carry with 100 pounds over 24 hours, but we're actually only 22 hours in. So we're on the last lap. I remember just walking around, my whole body's filled with adrenaline and people just shouting, cheering me on. There's people walking with speakers, music blasting. I think as I'm coming in, even Eminem's like track is playing, and I just remember don't cry then, don't cry then.
Strong, mate. Come on. This is it, mate. A few more steps to yours. A few more steps, mate. 3, 2, 1. We're there. Come on. It's walking right, mate. Good on, big man. Yes, sir. Yes. New world record. Smash. Oh man, well done, brother. Embrace it, mate. Take it all. Take it all. Take it all in.
I'm so proud of you. You just got to smash it now even more. Feel good.
Can I get a shower?
Smack, brother.
Smashed it,
Okay, mate.
Well done, brother.
Yeah, made up, mate. Just gonna sit up here a sec and I'll go back out in a bit.
So following this, it was a case of, all right, we've done it, we broke the world record. How can we put this out of distance of anyone else? How can we make sure that nobody picks up a set of these handles and ever challenges this number that we put on the clock? And that's what the game was. I went in for the final shower, I put my game day uniform on, and we had an hour and a half maybe to go back out and try and fuck shit up.
Yeah, feeling a bit fresher now, don't look like a bum. And we've done it. So we're just making sure now we're cementing it in history so they can't come back and try and do it again. There's certain parts that are really sore, so the left heel's really sore, and then just like really fatigued now. Not energy-wise, just my traps, arms a little bit gone. But the goal is to try and put another like 2k on the clock, but just take it easy and not go too fast with it.
Within those last 2 hours, hour and a half, all I kept doing was looking down at my handles and what was written on them: don't hold back. As well as the signatures that were on there, as well as those messages from people of just keep fucking moving. I kept asking myself, can I just take one more step? Because if I can, then I can take one more and then I can figure it out after. I think I'll take that approach into a lot of other things in life. When I'm struggling, when I'm in hard times, when things don't feel good, can I just take one more step? Can I just get through one more day? And if I can, then I will. And then I'll figure the rest of life out or whatever it is from there. So we're about to approach the last home straight. And I'd ask someone next to me, like, how much further have we done? What are we coming up to? And we'd actually end up putting on an extra 4K, which had just flown by in that time because we were just in a positive space and we'd done the world record and moving with people who I love, friends, family. And I knew we were going to be getting some sleep and some good food. And we're coming down the home street and everyone's standing at the other end, cheering, just waiting for me to come in. And I thought, I pictured this moment so many times. When I was going through the 12 weeks of training, all I thought about is this 100 meters. All I thought about was walking down there and breaking the world record. And not only that, we also broke a record on this day for becoming the biggest fundraiser in the UK for November and men's mental health, which made it all the more emotional and all the more worthwhile. And then all there was left to do was to weigh the handles, and the rest is history, as I say. There's still work to be done. We've still got to submit a lot of evidence to Guinness World Records, still a lot of hoops that we've got to jump through. It can take 12 weeks for us to officially get the record confirmed, but we did the thing, we got it done. And I think the thing it's taught me is that you are far more capable than you think you are. When I first picked up those handles 12, 14 weeks ago now, I could probably walk an hour with them, which made me think there's no chance I can walk with 24. And after completing it, and not only completing it, but far surpassing expectations, I think whenever I'll be challenged with anything, and as you should do, if there's anything that you're going to bet on in life, it should be yourself.